Hello, my name is Maxine Samone. I'm here to share a touch of Venus with you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is going to be a short and sweet collective timeless message. Short and sweet in the meaning of like less than an hour. Because my phone's only on 23%. 23 may be a significant number because it is 10:23 right now. But yes, we're going to get into a quick message. This we posted on the YouTubes, and if you're seeing this here on YouTube now, in the future, whenever you're seeing this, it can have some messages in here for you. Just take what resonates, leave the rest. And I'm excited. I should have charged my phone. I've been up since 5 in the morning. I can't tell. And I was debating if I wanted to come on here, but I got new decks. So I have to. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I have to. So we're going to see what Spirit wants to share today. What does Spirit want to share today? Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, higher beings of light and unconditional love. You can tell I even slept in this sweatshirt. It's just been a long morning this morning. It has been a long morning this morning. I do not want to allow guests, moderators, yeah, it says that I'm not allowing guests, but yeah, people still request, which is annoying. Let's see. Good morning, good morning. Collective timeless messages for anyone that's tuned in. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, higher beings of light, and unconditional love, divine mother, divine father, Holy Spirit, what are the best and highest messages for this collective? Best and highest messages for the collective. Initiation by air. Ooh, such a pretty card. Initiation by air. So you can see her eyes are covered. It's so interesting that it's air, but there's so much red on the card, which is grounded, which is not what air energy gives me ever. You know what I'm saying? But, and then higher knowing. Number 42, 24 and 42. So we had 23, and now we have 24 and 42. And then we have 11, 11, 11. And this one, interesting. I'm liking these vibes. I like all the different cultural, things going on the cards too. It's cute. We love diversity. Okay, so literally as I said, pointing out the numbers, and I just flipped to that 11, 11, 11 card, and it says, the first line says, the universe is speaking to you through messages in the numbers. From noticing 1111 to the repeating number patterns or simple or single numbers that catch your eye again and again, information is being transmitted from the creative universal intelligence into your cellular awareness. You may also be consciously aware of feelings and energetic healing that occurs as you receive these healing transmissions of number frequencies. You're tuning into the frequencies of the universe. Beautiful. Okay, so let's go to number 24. So you may want to look up 24 or just tune into how you're feeling when maybe that number pops up for you more throughout the day. See what you're thinking about. Tune into what's going on at the time. And this is on page 125, 124 right here. But this might be just a touch of, neurodivergence. But I'm like, if you take 1 away from 25 and the 125, you get 24, right? But initiation by air. Spiritual freedom is your innate divine birthright. Even so, to experience it requires moving through a process of deconstruction, of undoing the conditioning, releasing your awareness back into the truth of your original nature. The path to spiritual freedom will have you seeking the deepest and truest ground of your being as the guiding instinct for the expression of your free will and assuming complete responsibility of your life's journey and soul's expression. The initiation by air leads the prepared human into spiritual freedom, so complete that only so complete that the only service to a higher love inspires and moves the soul. Personal attachments become secondary to the soul's purpose. The soul becomes so radiantly clear with the spiritual presence that it shines as a bright and strong sacred tonic, manifesting love in our world through its presence. The truly free soul is willing to leave behind all blame and cultivate compassion, flying swiftly on a path of powerful mystical oneness with the heart of the universe. Beautiful. So this card goes into a lot more things. That's like the first blurb, but it's like 3 or 4 pages, and I know that you guys don't want to sit here and listen to me read that off, but it's talking about, I see keywords that are standing out to me is, you know, the mind becoming spacious. The mind is capable of serving your soul as a constructive healing instrument. The hallmark of a dysfunctional society is that the mind is expected to dominate the inclinations of the heart rather than act in service to it. And this process of reorientation from intellect to intuition requires that your soul learns how to disengage from the habitual patterns within your mind, witnessing and responding from the heart. This is actually beautiful because you know what? This makes a lot of sense, actually. It's making a lot of sense. This is actually beautiful because you know what? This makes a lot of sense, actually. It's making a lot of sense. I knew my 20% was going to happen. So with this transition with this initiation by air, basically it's saying that you are reworking the programs of your mind. You're actually not leaning into logic right now. The more that you lean into logic, the more you'll feel stuck, you'll feel stagnant. And I learned last night that this primordial, actually this creator, Sophie Burns, I follow her on TikTok and Instagram. She has a way with words. Love her content. Talks about beautiful matriarchal things, you know what I'm saying? And like just really smart. I just really fuck with her content. Anywho, even what I just said really smart. I value her resources as to how she comes to her conclusions, but every time she's like explaining anything, it's in a very intuitive way. That's what I actually love about her, but I love that she shares her resources as well. Anywho, she was explaining yesterday that even in the formation of the fetus and before it's like right when we're deciding if I guess we're going to be male or female, it not only is a change in the hormones, but there's a difference in the brain development. And the difference is that the women's brain there's a larger cerebellum that sits on the back, right here on the base of your brain. And this is like, there's a comedian that says, he was making fun of how men and women are different in the way that men's brains think more like a file cabinet and women's brains think more like a jumble of wires and everything's connected. Well, the cerebellum is literally folded up like that. And it's literally the center for like intuitive thinking, for irrational thinking that goes outside of the confines of this mind. And it connects to so many other things in the body. It can actually expand past our body's capabilities. And so it's interesting that we're talking about this because it looks like you're moving out of what feels like the front of the mind into the back of the mind. And there's been a lot of conversation, especially in these past readings that I've been doing, that I've been posting on my YouTube channel. If you feel called to go back and look at past readings, it's been talking about tapping into this primordial, darker, feminine energy, which is more related to the subconscious. And when we say dark feminine, we mean tapping into power that you have been programmed to be afraid of. So this is literally what we're talking about. And it's interesting because the woman here, as she's learning to shed this programming of just relying on her logic, she's actually blindfolding herself. And then it's interesting, though, that as we're moving here to the higher knowing, we do have a man here on the card. So I'm interested to see how this plays out in this masculine, feminine kind of way. But also it's kind of just reminding me of the feminine is much more feeling based, and it's giving very sensual. It's a very sensual vibe on this card. Where this is kind of like allowing the divine to be on high alert. I like how the filter went on. I think so. Yeah, it did. It went on his eyes, but allowing the divine to play the role as your protector, as your masculine, your eyes in this world. It's kind of reminding me of like Horus vibes, like the all-seeing eyes kind of thing, and trusting in that you're divinely guided and protected from a higher point of view, not from what you can just understand here in this human experience with your limited perspective. So we're going to see what that looks like on number 42. Let's go to 42. Good morning. The quality of higher knowing is an expression of intelligence manifesting through the fifth ray of intellectual knowledge. The spiritual ray of energy flows from the center of the universe toward your soul as a spiritual gift. You are empowered with the ability to recognize the information you need to understand the systems that affect your soul's journey and distill clarity in any issue that has seemed unclear or overwhelming to you. The right knowledge at the right time is a powerful support for human evolution. Your intuition will support your intellectual mind in discerning. Your intuition will support your intellectual blah, blah, blah. Your intuition will support. This is literally what this is explaining. The intuition, blindfolded but sensual, trusting, in flow, this transformation you're going from logic to intuition will support the intellect. You know what I'm saying? Not the other way around. This is what we're moving into on an individual level. This is what we're moving into on a collective level as well. You know, like collective consciousness. The intuition supports the logic. It comes first. You know what I'm saying? It is the foundation. It is the guiding light. In discerning the true quality of information, and applying it intelligently in your life for the best outcome, the Archangel Raphael now assists you in integrating the blessings of the fifth ray. Any question you now ask shall be answered in a timely manner through the gift of higher knowing. Higher knowing. Okay, so there's a particular spiritual energy that's available to you for a divine purpose. That's what it's saying. That's what the fifth ray is. A spiritual gift, an energy that is available to you, that is being bestowed upon you by the divine. That's available to you because you may be stepping into your purpose right now, and so you need extra support. When the fifth ray becomes significant in your soul journey, it is because you are distilling new truth. It may be the truth of your inner voice, a sense of discernment when you realize that the appearance of a person, group, or cause is misleading, different to the inner reality. Discernment, basically, you're upping your discernment. It says discernment is incredibly important on the spiritual path. It's talking about discernment. Each paragraph is starting with discernment. Okay, so the fifth ray, if you do, this may help you with bridging. This is like this whole little explanation that I kind of went into about understanding how the body actually works, how the cerebellum sits at the back of the brain, and that's where that primordial intuition is formed, you know, and we just went into the whole explanation. But actually understanding how this actually connects in a physical way can help the logical mind to relax. You know what I'm saying? So you may be getting access to information that actually makes it easier to integrate your intuitive knowings, you know what I'm saying? So that your mind can just take a fucking break, okay? And yes, because it says the fifth ray has a special connection to the world of science. So you're encouraged to become an observer in your life, to experiment with energies and notice the outcome of your body, mind, and soul. So it's like really integrating this. learning about nutritional science, quantum physics, chemical composition and healing effects, essential oils, or researching scientific papers on meditation, healing, and so on. So you're going to be going through like, and this is a beautiful thing because yesterday's message, my words, yesterday's message, we were talking about, something, and now it just left my mind. We were talking about, I feel like, Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius. I think we're in the shadow period right now. So there's something that's coming back around to be revisited, to be learned. You know, there may have been an opportunity for you to learn something, to expand on your knowledge. And so you may be kind of just having that thirst for knowledge coming up, you know, like learning. I think we were talking about past life regression yesterday. You may be learning about parts of the brain and the body and how, you know, this is all like the rabbit holes bring you to new insights, and you discern that information using your intuitive knowing. And this also helps to marry all parts of the brain internally, but also on a collective level, you know? So that's beautiful. I've been definitely doing that. Last night I went on I would say about 5 or 6 rabbit holes, and then I was up at 5 a.m. I don't know, but apparently the universe is sending you signs. Interesting. I just accidentally knocked my little mirror down right here. Not down, but it like tilted down. And as I said, it's sending you signs. It like tilted to where I can see my cards in the mirror. Which I usually have it facing me because sometimes, you know, I zone out, like, and I feel like I kind of want to explore scrying and things like that. But anywho, you know, yeah, so you may be seeing things from a different perspective because, you know, the mirror, when you look in the mirror, isn't there something about it's like, it's literally mirrored. It's like not actually what it looks like. It's like flipped or something like that. So you may, and that is kind of what's going on too, is like you're moving from your logical front of the mind to like back of the mind. And then I just saw someone join in here in the chat. Thanks for joining. It said Asphyxian. Isn't that related to horses? And I think when I think of like horses, I think about like wild, you know, freedom, you know, like I'm hearing Wiz Khalifa. Young and wild and free. Okay. So we get drunk. Okay, let's see. What is spirit guiding you to? Like where this is, I mean, every person is going to be different, but this just feels like a new level of joy, a new level of freedom that you have not experienced yet because you had been operating from programming, and then from programming, you know, deprogramming, and then relearning. And a lot of this is still up here, even though you could be tapped into your intuition. Not could be, you are, because your higher self is guiding you through all of these experiences, you know. It really feels like you're going to be, it's going to be way more wild, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot more instinctive. This was trying to come out and I shuffled again because it didn't fully pop out, but 4 of Wands, celebration, union. This is giving union of, like I said, 2 sides of the brain. This is like a checkpoint on your journey. Like things will never be the same after this initiation, essentially. You know what I'm saying? Stepping on toes, just joined. Yes. Stepping on necks. Beginnings. Ooh, I don't know, you know, TikTok be playing, but she has her booty out. But basically she's nude. And I like this picture because this particular person, she has blue hair, she has tattoos that could essentially be covered up in like a corporate environment if you wanted them to be. But she's completely nude. She's completely free. You can see everything on her. If I were to look at this card, sorry. If I were to look at this card, and I'm looking at it, her tattooed arm is on her right side, which would be the masculine. But like as the mirror shows, it's on her left side. So it's like you're bringing forward your intuitive side to your masculine, you know, out into the, does that make sense? You get what I'm trying, you get my drift? But that's the full card, basically, beginnings. Then we have the Tower. So something very quickly, very, very quickly. I also see this lightning. This is a great tower. We have power. The power tower. You know what I'm saying? The Tower of Power. It's been locked away. You know what I'm saying? We have King of Discs. This is King of Pentacles. He has the whole world just sitting in his hands. I got the whole world in my hands. It looks like the whole universe. Really doesn't look like actually Earth. It's the universe sitting in his lap. That's interesting because it's like the marrying of the masculine and the feminine. And so it's like the feminine resting, you know what I'm saying, in his lap. It's not having to be in this state of power that is like it is in the physical because it's integrated in that way, but it's not, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I also think that this is interesting because it's like a little scrying crystal ball almost as well. So we have Two of Swords, we have decisions. So you will be put on a crossroads of sorts through this initiation of air with the swords, you know, with the swords specifically. So there'll be different thought patterns that you'll have to choose from, or maybe conversations that will be a part of this initiation, or even offers, you know, invitations. Spirit says, be discerning, use your intuition, choose wisely, because then we have Five of Swords coming out. It says defeat. You have the ability to, like, they wouldn't be putting you through this initiation if you couldn't pass the test. You know what I'm saying? When we have Two of Swords plus Five of Swords, though, we have Seven of Swords. We have some kind of illusion going on to strengthen your discernment. So there could be possibly an opportunity or something that's being presented to you. What's kind of coming to me is like, say you get an opportunity and it's like, damn, I've been wanting something like this for a minute, but low key, like for instance, corporate or something like that. Because I said, that's the reason why I said that example. Say you finally get a job offer that you're like, damn, this will pay me what I want to get paid, but I know I'm going to be working hella hours, more responsibilities. I'm not going to have time to commit to what I just started working on. What Spirit I went down these rabbit holes. I'm connecting all these dots. I just got inspired. And now I'm really feeling like I want to go down this rabbit hole and see where it takes me. I want to see where my intuition takes me. Are you going to choose? What are you going to choose? The illusion, discernment, the magician. The magician can also be manipulation, but it's in the upright. So we'll say that you have manifested some kind of, I wouldn't say you have you manifested this situation to increase your discernment, you know, to improve your discernment. But it also feels like knowing that there's no such thing as a defeat. Like there's no wrong answer. All of these things are being presented to you as potential resources. But also you again, being in your power. Being in your power. I want to say there is no wrong answer. You know what I'm saying? But also, if you were fully in your power and you knew that you were fully supported by the divine, what option would you choose? Not based in the illusion of what you feel like you need in order to just survive here. If you know that you're the magician, what would you do? You know? And Spirit is saying you would rest. You would take the path of least resistance. We're choosing the path of least resistance. Lots of swords. That is the air energy. You would rest your mind specifically because you can control your emotions. You're not going to freak out. You're not going to also accept any offers without discerning first. You're not going to let your emotions get the best of you, because we have the King of Cups. He's in control. It says control here. He has emotional regulation. So your mind isn't getting all tripped up because your nervous system is all tripped up, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So it's really interesting. And then we have the Queen of Cups. And this flew out over here on this little magical lady that has the 1111 with the number signs. So there may be, while you are being offered or having these conversations or whatever, we have both the King and Queen of Cups here. This means this is your, specifically when it comes to your spiritual side. We were talking about that Kundalini awakening, that wedding of your masculine and feminine sides. The water energy specifically, your spirituality, your emotions are in sync. You know what I'm saying? So you can trust the feelings that you're getting. The emotions that are coming up are not from emotional dysregulation, and they're not coming from anxiety. If you start to feel those feelings, then that is a sign that something is not right. You know what I'm saying? Because you have been prioritizing your rest, because you have been prioritizing, like, your mind is clear. You know what I'm saying? So they're saying really trust yourself in these next whatever crossroads you find yourself on. We have Union, 2 of Cups. It's not showing any nipple, but you never know with TikTok. But yes, we have the 2 of Cups. You never know with TikTok. But yes, we have the 2 of Cups. Sirens going off and everything. This is celebration. This is also, I really feel like this is more internal process, but it also feels like this is the same girl that was at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? On the full card, she has the same tattoo over here. She got the same blue hair thing going on. So just know that the right opportunity, the right masculine energy, not just another person or whatever, but if we're talking about an opportunity or the crossroads that you may be on, the masculine, the physical will match you if you follow your intuition. You continue to be vulnerable. I feel like we had dreams in the reverse. It's kind of a challenge. Princess of Cups. Spirit is asking you to follow your dreams. And I know, because you're like, what the fuck? But then at the bottom of the deck, wish fulfillment, 9 of Cups. Your cup is going to overflow. You're going to feel emotionally satisfied. Not just satisfied, but like fulfilled. Right now, you may be starting only with 1 cup. That little spark of inspiration, that thing that makes you feel good. That's like, ooh, I like that idea. That rabbit hole just like clicked something for me, you know? And it's important that you follow that, especially in these upcoming chapters. 10 of Swords in reverse. I feel like there is this invitation, if you have any lingering doubts or fears from the past, of feeling like when you've gone on ventures it hasn't worked out for you, keep in mind too how much shit you are working through on a karmic level. You know what I'm saying? On an unconscious level, the programming that you were also working up against. Right now, you don't have that. This is a new chapter, a new day. So it's like Spirit is saying we have to let go of the stories of betrayal, or that you failed, or that, missed opportunities or anything like that. This is upright or reverse. Upright or reverse. Yeah. I feel like we have 10-10, so something is done. Something's over with. Again, we're talking about closing a chapter. I do see 10 of discs, 10 of pentacles in reverse. We have 10-10 in reverse. That chapter is over. Where you feel like you haven't been established. Thank you. The chapter where you feel like you haven't been established, or that you don't have the resources, or that you don't have enough knowledge, or that you are too anxious to figure it out. You're too anxious to try it. That's over. It's done. You know what I'm saying? It's done. You gotta let it go. We're done. And then we have crossing all of that. We have the 5 of discs, feeling left out, feeling in the cold, feeling like, again, I don't have enough resources. So there's stuff. There must be something happening right here. Like, because I'm like, what is going on? But we did say the Archangel Raphael. When the archangels come, you do hear the sirens. I'm going to close this up. Okay. What's coming through, though? The 5 discs, we have the 10 discs, we have the 5 discs. So in between that would be another 5 discs, right? And I think that is an invitation to change your perspective on the 5 discs. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, the 10 discs is so interesting to me. I can pick it up with my damn nails. The 10 discs don't actually look like pentacles, even though this one does. You know, even though this artwork is different on these cards. The 10 of discs almost looks like art. You know what I'm saying? They both look like art, but this one, the 5 of discs typically shows on the traditional card people feeling left out in the cold, and they're literally looking up at stained glass in the church. And so that's why they feel left out even from their places of community and all those things. You know what I'm saying? They feel left out even from spirit. You know, they feel spiritually broke. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so there's this stained glass kind of thing going on here. But spirit is saying, if you can establish and really feed that connection to spirit, and your connection, like your soul's connection, to, it's like this string that you have between your soul and your art, you know what I'm saying, and creating, like, from a place of spiritual connection. I feel like I don't know if you're catching my drift with that. Something along those lines. It feels like this is much more like a visualization of it, rather than, I don't know, looking up at something else outside of yourself and feeling left out of it. It feels like you're in it, or that you created this. This feels a lot more like in flow, like immersive, than this feels like a lot more separate. So how can you like change this into this? And I really feel like this is when you're looking outside of yourself, you're looking up at the stained glass and you're like, why am I left out? Why am I not experiencing that? Why didn't I create that? Why, why? Because you're looking outside of yourself. But this feels like the vision that comes first. And that's really where the wealth is. And so again, it's the flipping inside out thing going on. I feel like, I don't know if I explained that well, but hopefully you get it. Hopefully you understand. We have, as I say that, thank you, Spirit, for backing me up. Perspective. How can we change your perspective on the 5 of Pentacles? How can we flip that 5 of Pentacles upside down to be moving out of the 5 of Pentacles space? And it's through your perspective. And as I say that, like, there's this mirroring thing going on within the cards. You know what I'm saying? So, again, maybe doing some mirror work. Maybe mirror work, affirmations, that kind of thing may be helpful. I do have to wrap up this reading, though. I only have 8%. The Empress. Get ready to receive. So really, okay, this is something that's been coming to me to do, and I've been ignoring my nudges. So let's hold each other accountable. Let's do it together in the morning, or even segment and tend a little bit before you get into your activities, especially creative activities. Let's take like a quick 5 minutes before we do that, 5-10 minutes, and like get into a quick meditation, a quick body check in with our body, but also get into like this visualization practice of like exactly what you would like to happen during this time. Not from a controlling aspect, but more like it would feel so good to like get into a flow when I'm creating. Like for instance, if I'm going to be creating some graphics for my business or something like that on the computer, imagining like this is going to be so fun. I'm going to have like, I'm not going to be anxious. Well, don't even say I'm not. This is, you see me work through things right now. I have a hard time with like focusing on what I want it to be instead of what I don't want it to be. Thank you, Virgo moon, Virgo rising, Virgo Chiron. You know what I'm saying? But like the visualization practice, the perspective shift of I'm looking so forward to how these good things are going to feel and imagining that. Sage, she is a Akashic Records reader on here. Sage, she's like a fairy. She's like literally like a fairy girl. She has like pink hair, all the things. She like wears glitter. I love it. I actually just booked a reading with her for December, and I'm like, I'm so excited for it. But she just shared a video talking about how she started to like create almost personas for like wealth in her clients within her mind, imagining them like going out on like a girl's day with her, being like, I'm taking my wealth and I'm taking my clients that provide me the wealth out on a girl's day. We're all having a good time together because I want us to all always have a good time. I want us to be besties. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever your mind has to do to shift this perspective around what you're creating, to put you back into a more positive mindset, because this chapter is done regardless. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I'll send you her page when I get off of here, because all of her advice is very tangible and actionable, even though she's super magical. I really fuck with it. But Nine of Cups just flew out. This is your fulfillment. This is your opportunity to not just like have the universe gift you what you want. That is part of it. Like, yes, you are divinely supported. I feel like that was the weirdest sound in my ear. It wasn't like a ringing sound. It was like it's like almost the volume turned down on one side of my, that was such an odd feeling. I don't know. Nine of Cups made me lose my train of thought. It's like, do I need to pop my ear or something? You know what I'm saying? Wish fulfillment. That chapter is done. It's over. We're not going back. So like part of it is like knowing that you're supported and that you will receive what you want. But also a big part of this is knowing that you have the power to create it. You know what I'm saying? Like that confidence, that, again, the power, and the power being put back into hands that deserve to have power, you know? So you just can't be scary. We have the Death card coming out. This is upright reverse. I feel like a lot of these, like I'm second guessing, and that's also a message in this reading, because there's no reason to second guess yourself. Again, going with your first mind, your intuition, not your logic. But like if it's in the reverse, it's having a hard time with transitioning into this like intuitive space. And then if you are in this death energy, you are going through this huge transformation. This is also like very healing for your ancestors. The Emperor and the Empress, the King and the Queen of Cups. Babes, you're super in alignment, like super in alignment. Super in alignment. Like two of discs change. this is literally a new world, a new chapter. It's like the world has flipped. Like that mirror thing is so real. Like everything has shifted. So like we're living, it's like, this is very much the meek shall inherit the earth time. This is your time. This is it. You know what I'm saying? Like, answer the call, do the things, because you are about to be put into a position of power. And like we said in the very beginning, it's like power tower of power. You know what I'm saying? Like the best type of tower moment, you know? As soon as you decide you're ready to really be in that, you know? Anything else, Spirit? We have 6%. And then we have, it's 11:03 here. You know, like I said, my neurodivergence, to me, that's a 23. You know what I'm saying? The 2 and the 3. We started the reading with numbers 23. But we have the Queen of Wands, vibrancy, confidence in your feminine aspects of yourself. You know, that is power as well. That is like manifesting. And then we have the King. Okay, it's time to get off. King of Wands. You know what I'm saying? It's time to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Leadership and vibrancy. That is what is missing. And then we have the Lovers on the bottom of the deck. The Lovers is not only about union, it's also about choice. Every moment when the Lovers pops up to me is a choice to choose love. In this context of this reading, not only is it that, not as only is it allowing yourself to follow your joy, but it's choosing to be a leader, choosing to be vibrant in every moment, choosing to be in control, choosing to follow your intuition. The control card is the King of Cups, which is so interesting to me. It's the emotional control, choosing to take power over yourself and command the world that you live in. I love these cards. Yes, Justice, but it was in the reverse on the bottom of the deck. So it's like, again, things are about to be flipped. You're about to get what has been owed to you, what has been technically taken from you because you were not operating from a conscious place that was programmed into you before you even had the choice to become conscious. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's something that is taken from you. That is an illusion. That is gaslighting. That is lying. You know what I'm saying? So that's why Spirit is saying, like, you've done the hard work of clearing a lot of that. You know, obviously we're still going to have things to work on. Obviously we're going to still have, you know, the journey doesn't stop, but our focus can shift from healing to, you know, living, from surviving to thriving, you know? So you said, I'm a high priestess of Africa. I don't choose any husband in my life. I know who I am and I know my struggle. Yeah. You said high princess. Oh, I thought you said priestess. Okay. I have 5%. And I want you guys to go enjoy your day. I want you guys to follow your joy. I want you to follow whatever rabbit hole you feel like going down and get inspired. I want you to write your ideas down. Not just write them down. Take action on them, please. Even if it's a baby step, you know. And if you'd like a personal reading, they can only be booked on atouchofvenus.com. This reading will be posted on my YouTube channel. So if you want to check out my past readings, you know, you are so welcome to. All of them are timeless. And yes, I don't know who you are, but we're about to hop off here anyway. So, all right, bye.